Yes, we are live on YouTube. Excuse me. And I have to apologize for being late tonight because uh, I am not live on Facebook as I'm supposed to be. Actually, I was online, ready to go, ready to start, and all of a sudden, uh, the technology was lost. I had to go back in and uh, create, change my past, make changes to my Facebook account that I've been using, and I still can't get it started. It's amazing. So what I will do to my Facebook friends and followers, I will post this YouTube in my Facebook on my Facebook pages, and we'll go from there. Lots of wonderful things are happening in the community, and um, one of the things I wanted to share this evening, actually, two things I wanted to share, are um, experiences that I have had in my life as we speak, uh, and talk about them, and share the concept of the book, and some key words, key ideas, and recommend that uh, folks, at least folks 50 and over, get a copy of the book. Uh, it really doesn't matter if you can share the information with folks that you know. But um, uh, I moved into this location 10 months ago, and my landlord and uh, has evolved to my best friend. And the first week that I moved in 10 months ago, Bruce gave me this book, a book that he um, was using, actually has taken a class with the author, Dr. Heather Sanderson, and actually tomorrow is going to be doing a new 6 episode course with, I'm not sure if it's Dr. Sanderson herself, or her organization, but Bruce is going to be having 5 sessions to talk about uh, actually what has happened in a book uh, since Reversing Alzheimer's, a brand new book. But at any rate, typically when I read a nonfiction book, the very first things that I do, I read a little bit about on the cover what the book says. A significant portion of our population worries about the grip of dementia as we age, with more than 6.5 million Americans living with Alzheimer's. The urgency for a solution has never been greater. Amen to that. That was the motivation with Dr. Sanderson to do the book, do the study. Uh, I don't know how many years of study she did to create the information in the book, but uh, and actually, uh, she is a mentee of the original individual, Dr. Dale Bredesen. She studied from him, and expanded her knowledge to write this book, and as I said, another book. And so I'm actually hoping to have uh, Bruce join this conversation, next Sunday night, so he can reflect upon the things that are happening as an update to this. But I go to the table of contents. No, actually, I read the introduction, the foreword, before I actually go to the table of contents. I didn't say it was possible. I only said it was true. I have some notes here. Oh, I went to the introduction, and Dr. Sanders says, "Let me guess, you opened up this book because you are scared of or already developing dementia yourself, currently caring for a loved one with dementia, or a healthcare provider who wants to help your patients protect their cognition." Technically, I am not any one of those. I have aspects. My mother had dementia, but she lived with dementia the last 8-9 years of her life. Medication actually stabilized things for her, and she had cognitive uh, capabilities, and then things got worse, and it got to a point where she didn't she had no cognitive capability. So I have that in my genetic makeup, which needs to be a concern, and the fact that I'm 76. I'm living. My best friend Bruce is 86. So together we have almost daily discussions about the book, or I shouldn't say the book itself, some aspects of what is happening in the book, and that's the system. The remarkable improvements, I'm quoting now from the introduction, the remarkable improvements in cognition that I have witnessed are thanks in large part to a complex systems medicine approach to Alzheimer's treatment that supports all aspects of brain health using a comprehensive and robust set of tools, including diet, exercise, sleep, the remediation of toxic exposure, infections, and stress reductions. Those are things that Bruce and I talk about on a daily basis. One of those things. So it starts with getting involved, and let me read the chapter headings here. She calls them sections. Understanding the problem, the truth about brain health, how have we gotten it so wrong? She gets going right away. Section 2, getting started. Unpack the new Alzheimer's toolkit. Set the stage with a doable plan. I believe I'm telling you correct when I say if you go to reversingalzheimers.com, the website, you will be able to actually download some tools. I have not done that, but apparently that's available. Implementing the protocol, getting organized with daily routines, move the body to strengthen the mind. And that's going to segue into our second discussion about a book that has a major impact in my life, Built to Last. Feed the brain, foster cognition with activities, create a brain nourishing environment, care for the caregiver, meaning you partner with your provider. So that's kind of interesting because Bruce and I are interacting with these things, uh, providing assistance in both directions. So it is a very interesting situation, and it's how we are reversing Alzheimer's. Period. Section 4: looking forward, a glimpse to the new future. Okay, and what uh, Dr. Sanderson then has sections on recipes, resources, keto-friendly food list. Keto is a part of the concept, and uh, you need to read it to understand its impact and how it applies or doesn't necessarily apply to your specific situation. Protein and fat content, extremely important. Protein-rich foods, a month of keto meals, sample daily schedules, um, a progress tracker. Very, very important. I take a little bit different approach myself. And then I go to the index of keywords so that if there's a specific item or a keyword or concept that I want to explore, I will go to the index and find out where it is in the book. So, not necessarily having to read the book from cover to cover. That's not typically how I do it. I I attack the book with a system I have, and the keywords which immediately got my attention were daily routines. We talked a little bit about that. Exercise. You'll hear next how important exercise has been in my life. Uh, 20 years ago, right now, 20 years ago exactly, I became a certified exercise instructor, first in indoor cycling, and second in I was a certified silver sneakers instructor. Uh, Both of those have gone away in a bizarre story, but I still have the knowledge and understanding, and uh, uh, offer a, a wonderful, wonderful case study about myself and how I developed an exercise and a concept that took me, my body personally, my heart specifically, from a very, very weak condition. Uh, I had very, very weak heart muscles. And in 7 years, in developing an exercise indoors using the indoor cycle, I created uh, uh, a happening that literally took my ejection fraction 30 bad, disastrously bad, to almost 65. And I did that I doubled, in effect, I doubled the strength of my heart muscles. And uh, an unheard of activity. Not too many folks double the strength of their heart muscles in their lifetime, and I did it when I was 60 years old. So that's been a very, very important part. Diet, nutrition. I touched upon that, and the one thing I did want to share was intermittent fasting. I'm going to read to you what Dr. Sanderson says about intermittent fasting, that I'm going to share with you what I have been doing in that uh, lifestyle for the last 4 years. And it has provided tremendous change to my body. And it also, well, it's a bizarre story, but it has really worked for me. Um, Dr. Sanders says implement a fasting period. Intermittent fasting where you limit your eating window to a 12-hour period. That is to say, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. can also help boost your, and she goes more in depth about ketone, which I have not really studied as such. I'm doing some of this stuff in ketone, but I've never really studied ketone itself, which I am going to be doing. And giving your body some time off from digesting and forcing it to create some ketones out of your stored fat. And that's basically the concept. When I first started 4 years ago, I was eating for a 6-hour period only and fasting for 18 hours. But in a very crazy way, I found out that in the fluids I was consuming in the 18 hours when I was fasting, they were fruit juices. And in actuality, there's nothing worse that I could have done to my body than take fruit juices. And I innocently, I did not know this, but when when I had a lipid blood panel that I do regularly, I have to with it's in my Medicare physical. My primary care physician, Dr. Lee, she said, David, you have to absolutely do something about the sugar intake because you are one step away. You're at the highest level, one step away from diabetes. Well, certainly that put a scare into me, and I cold turkeyed. I do not drink fruit juices. The next day I stopped drinking fruit juices. I need to get my lipid panel retested to see where that level is, and that's going to happen in the next week or two for sure. But I know just by eliminating what I did, I've eliminated the problem. Pretty sure. One hopes. So I started at 18.6 intermittent fasting. Today I do 7 hours of eating, 17 hours of not eating, and it has done wonderful things to my body. For instance, 8 years ago, I began hormone replacement therapy for prostate cancer. That I've had prostate cancer for at least 10 years. So 8 years ago, when I first started taking an injection every 3 months, 4 injections a year, the concept was to starve the testosterone, because that's where prostate cancer, PSA, prostate specific antigen, resides in testosterone. So in starving those testosterones, we we maintain, well, the amount of cancer I now have in my body is the least amount that I have known about in the last 10 years. And that's a good thing. But in the early stages, what I did, and it's a side effect to the therapy, is I actually put on 60 pounds more. Well, not actually more than I weigh now, but I put 60 pounds more on. And I used an excuse. I was rationalizing, and when I stopped doing all that and really went to work, I lost those 60 pounds. It uh, has, well, it certainly has reshaped my body, put different demands, whatever, on my body. But what the therapy also did, and I did not know this until a little over 2 weeks ago, uh, I developed the worst case episode of uh, pain to my sciatic nerve that I've ever had. I have had probably 4 or 5. Well, I actually had a major one more than 20 years ago, probably 25 years ago, when I had a herniated disc pressing against the nerve and then going right down the nerve, going right down my leg, and very painful. I actually could not walk at that point in those days. Uh, and I'm laughing because I was forced to go to the Ohio State Fair, and my sons, who were uh, 10 and 11 probably, wheeled me in a wheelchair around the Ohio State Fair. And I came home and had disc surgery. Immediately, I was able to walk. And that happened a long time ago. And I've had episodes in the past years, and I've always been able to manage them based upon what I learned in the first experience. But 2.5 weeks ago, I absolutely was out of control. I could not manage it. Um, I had uh, at least 6 practitioners do what they do to try to get my body back to some sense of normalcy. But I found that a condition that I'm going to have to manage and live with, based upon the hormone replacement therapy that I had 8 years ago, started 8 years ago, was that uh, my bones are uh, losing lots of strength. My muscles are losing strength. I can work on the muscles pretty easily. The bones is a different story, and I'm doing whatever I can. I'm actually into a new process that I just started. I'm on this vibrating table. You stand on it, and I do a setting, and my entire body uh, reverberates, and I can actually feel it. And I am a putting things back to, well, they're never going to go back to normal, but going back to where they used to be, getting a little bit stronger. They are going to strengthen, and that's really the best I can do. But good segue into uh, built to last, because my friend David Amerland has written. This Built to Last was his most recent and his 19th book. He and I have had uh, cyberspace conversations about his last 4 books, maybe 5 books. Um, 5 books. Uh, I highly recommend uh, that you go to my YouTube channel. Yay! It's youtube.com at David F. Leopold. And you will go, and there's lots of videos there. I produced my first video live stream, my first video on YouTube 17 years ago, and now on my channel at David F. Leopold, you can catch the last 13 years, I guess. I don't know. There are 4 different tabs on the page at the top of the page. One is, I guess you might say, homepage. Um, I have no control. I have little control over that. Uh, YouTube controls my homepage, so it is what it is. The next tab is video. Next tab is video, and the video tab is where I have conversations with folks. Over the years, I've had in excess of 500 conversations with folks, and you'll see a lot of them on that tab on my channel. Actually, the very second I looked at it before I started tonight, the very second video on that tab is the conversation I had with David about the book. It was a wonderful, wonderful conversation, because a very, very surreal experience for me, because as we were having this conversation, and David explains why our bodies are built to last, it's a mind and body experience that makes it all happen. The physical body is there. Things happen over the years. Our bodies change. We break some bones, whatever. Theoretically, conceptually, our bodies are built to last. And then, uh, predicated where we are in our life and where our bodies are, we have an exercise program. And it varies. There is no one way to do an exercise. Uh, well, there's a basic way, and David's is the best that you'll ever find to explain the absolute best way to do the exercise. I am of the belief, and what I've done over the years is taking that information, but making it applicable to what I have done to my own body over the years. And I got a really, really good workout uh, in bringing things back to some sense of normalcy. And the sciatica attack I had a little over 2 weeks ago, I had 2 chiropractic adjustments. So, as I explained to the chiropractor where, as best I could, where the pain was coming from and what it was doing and movement, et cetera, et cetera, he did some very intense adjustments and definitely put things back as best they could be put back, and gave me a series of 4 exercises, which I have done religiously. I actually put them on my iPad and then went through them. Um, uh, I've actually uh, feel a whole lot better uh, today than I have my body in the last 2.5 weeks. But it's things are changing, and there's other things going on, so I have to make those proper adjustments, and not a problem, not a problem. And my body's built to last, and when I do the things I need to do to make it last. Oh, and there's another thing. I wonder if I doubt it very much that David would use this particular expression. I talk about it definitely in our conversation. Is listen to your body. Your body has all the answers to the questions that you need answers if you listen to it, and then act accordingly. Develop a plan, a regimen, a daily routine of things that you need to do to keep your body and mind, and it's a mind and body experience going. And as I said, uh, Dr. Sanderson gives great information about mind exercises. Uh, uh, David's forte, his authority is body. Well, he knows he knows more things than anybody I have ever met in my life. Um, it's amazing. And there was a for since I met David, he has been my marketing and sales mentor. Um, and in his last book, Intentional, it was amazing. Once again, a very surreal experience for me. Excuse me. Bad allergies in Cincinnati, Ohio. Bad allergies. One of the worst markets in the United States for allergies. And so I have to make those adjustments. But and it actually has changed. It's I had a couple weeks that my allergies were actually the weeks I was going through sciatica, my allergies were fine, and now that I have things back to some normalcy, my allergies are acting up again. We will get it fixed. The just so many things to read about in David's book, and once again, we talk about how you need to personalize them to your own being. As I looked to David's key words that he had to get specific topics, the ones that caught my attention immediately. Well, there were two among many. The two most important ones were baby boomer, and I have been a baby boomer. For those of you who don't know the definition of a baby boomer, the official definition is someone who was born after 1946, the end of World War II, and before 1964. Before 1964 and after 1946, those 18 years are defined baby boomers, demographically defined baby boomers. And I've been a baby boomer since year 3 of baby boomerism. So gone through a lot of things. Baby boomer is very important, and I started to find what David had to say. Actually, it is not on page 162 as the index says, but I did read it someplace. Well, I'll have to look for it. And the important message is setting goals. You've got to set goals. And the other thing that David does have a keyword index is dancing. And that was one I looked for right away. Dancing is probably the greatest dancing and swimming are wonderful exercises, because you can work many parts of your body at one time and coordinate things and how parts of your body work together. Well, I have developed. It's a lifestyle thing. If I've got 5 minutes, I want to just get up and get out of the chair, which you need to get out of your chair at least once an hour. At least once an hour, you need to get out. One of the things I like to do when I get out is turn on some dance music for 5 minutes and take a resistance band that I have over there and sit down and dance, working muscles that need to be worked because they hurt. And so I work those muscles, but I work to the music. And it's a wonderful exercise. I'm not a very good swimmer, although one of the things I did for my sciatica attack is I went to the pool at LA Fitness, and because I have silver sneakers as a Medicare Advantage program. I don't pay anything to go to LA Fitness, and they have a lap pool, about 5 or 6 laps, and I went up about a week and a half ago and walked up and down, moving my bottom part of my body as much as I could. Water resistance is a wonderful thing to work out, work in with your body, because it's there's a lot of resistance, but you don't feel a lot of weight. That's what water does. And so I marched up and down, raising my legs and bending and trying to do whatever I could. And I did it for 20 minutes, and it felt wonderful. It absolutely felt wonderful. So water, exercise, and dancing, good stuff to do. But if you have any questions about something that when you go to the YouTube and the conversation I had with David, if there is something that you would either question, or you want more information, you want to know an answer for yourself, send me an email. And the email address is dleopold@davidsbarter.com. dleopold@davidsbarter.com. And I will email you an answer to your question. I'll email back an answer to that question. Now, it's a good segue into the third discussion that I wanted to have this evening, that anyone who becomes a participant, a collaborative partner in our Project 10,000 will be given a unique phone number. It's only going to be used it's not actually going to become go to my Android phone. The way technology works in this house, I have it going to a landline. You will leave a voicemail. That's how SmallBizDavid AI Bot is going to work. You call and you leave a voicemail, and SmallBizDavid AI Bot will return a text message with your next steps to the question that you have asked. That's how our bot is going to work. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And let me read to you what I created today. And why isn't it right there? Oh, here it is. There we go. Okay. Stop. Project 10,000 proudly introduces the SmallBizDavid AI Bot. As you can see, the original was produced in 2010, 15 years ago. Was when that drawing was done, conceptual drawing was done, and now has evolved into the bot. 55 years in the making. I've been publishing for 55 years. The last 17 years as a YouTube live stream producer, as I've already mentioned. channel, youtube.com at David F. Leopold, since 2008, when I did my first YouTube. I have live streamed over 3,000 hours of entrepreneurship, business, big and small, marketing and sales, value, trust. That's my areas of expertise. Over 3,000 hours of it, either, well, back to the tabs that I talked about in the video tab, you'll see, well, and YouTube decided that they're not going to publicly archive all of my videos. They're on a cloud somewhere in Google cyberspace. So the bot is out there, has been created, and the bot in the last 5 years, in a very extensive study of the marketing and sales business environment in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I live. I have lived for the last 38 years. I did all my research and study and testing, and I like to come up with an idea, test it to my satisfaction, and then where I get it to where I want it, then share that with a collaborative partner. If it worked for me, is working for me, there's no reason why we can, as collaborative partners, make it work for you. That's the basic concept. So the 5 years of research and study has created the marketing and sales value trust system. Different things going on. The Project 10,000 gets its name because I will publish 10,000, I will live stream and publish 10,000 value trust stories, and they can be in any of the 387 metropolitan statistical areas in this country on their main streets. And the main streets of those 387 MSAs. And I say that because it is very important that the system does a lot of things in cyberspace, but it also brings it down to Main Street, so that there is real-time activity with real-time people, as opposed to what is happening on the internet. Digressing for a moment, AI technology is the most fascinating technology that I have seen in my 55 years, and I am having more fun with it than I have ever had. But what it has done is that it has created, from the value aspect, businesses must bring value to the marketplace. And you must be able to define that value in very, very simple terms. The value you bring to the marketplace. But AI technology, millions and millions and millions daily people are bringing information to the marketplace and telling the rest of the world that they have the greatest value going. And so what it has done very, very positive, it has created a level playing field, that we as human beings are only well, Brian Tracy, somebody I've been following for 30 years, along with millions and millions of other folks. I met him. I had the opportunity of actually meeting him, spending 45 minutes with him. And at the end of that 45 minutes, as he was listening to what Dreaming with Entrepreneurs was all about, he said, he wrote it in a book somewhere. I have it over there. David, there are no limits. There are no limits. We are only limited by the creativity of our minds. That's the limitation. And that's held fast with me all these years. And it truly is what it's all about. The value that you bring to the marketplace, be able to define it in very simple terms. Then to get someone to change their behavior and become a customer of yours, invest money in what it is that you have to say, the value that you bring to the marketplace is going to be based on trust. Trust is now the bottom line. And I believe in trust as well. I've lived trust for all the years that I've been in publishing. I have been a member of the Better Business Bureau wherever I was. Started out in northeastern Ohio, and since 2010, I have belonged to the Better Business Bureau here in Cincinnati as an accredited business, meaning that I must be trusted because their single pillar at a Better Business Bureau is trust. It says it as an accredited business. So you build that trust, and they monitor you, they audit you to make sure that you deliver to the trust. And if somebody challenges that, any business entity can be challenged. Sometimes you can get the information in the market, so sometimes you can't. But the Better Business Bureau gets involved in those investigations to see that someone is doing what they have said they're going to do. So very, very important trust. Here we go again. So we're going to publish 10,000 value trust stories in any of the 387 MSA's main streets, integrating Main Street and cyberspace in those markets. We will create a guaranteed number of customer care touchpoints. That's what I do best. And I will guarantee that based upon the investment that the collaborative partner makes, and there's various levels of investment, I will guarantee customer care touch points. And what that means is enhanced lifetime value to you, to the collaborative partner, as we get more touch points, because each touch point represents an opportunity to take that customer to the next level, to enhance the lifetime value of that customer. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. And the system, our system is designed to do that, to build that trust, because the trust begins in the videos. The information that you give, you're a real person. In my case, this is my studio, where I've been producing for the last 10 months. Before that, there was another studio in a bad place, where I was for 5 years, publishing there, live streaming there. But I will guarantee, the system will guarantee the creation of customer care touch points that will in turn enhance the lifetime uh, value of those customers to the collaborative partner. And I believe it will be a multiple of the investment that is made. Uh, I am pretty confident in that statement. As I said, uh, anybody participating in the project will have 24 by 7 access to a special number. The only purpose of that number is for you to, for the individual to leave a question. Um, that is the prompt. That is how our prompt. When you go to the AI environments, they ask for a prompt. You type in keywords to get an answer to the question that you are asking. In our case, you will do a voicemail, leave it in the form of the voicemail, and the SmallBizDavid AI bot will return a text message to you to your next steps. Your next steps will be defined uh, based upon the information that was provided in your uh, voicemail. So, as I said, the Project 10,000 offers um, a lot of ways to get involved. The corporate uh, sponsorships by the larger companies that have more resources to invest, but also the system has created a weekly video email that includes baby boomer health and wellness, links to AARP and WebMD recommended articles that I have read that has done something for me personally, and sharing that information. Here's a good link for you to read. And if you have a question about that, you certainly, because you're inside the network, have an opportunity to use your voicemail and ask the bot, okay, here's my situation. What are my next steps? Uh, that's how our bot is going to operate. Oh my lord! And there's another thing that I don't know what's going to happen yet, but I've been getting solicited very, very heavily by Facebook on Facebook pages. I can, well, you heard me say at the beginning, I can't even get on the site that I was on a couple days ago. I had to go in and create new credentials, and oh my goodness. And I've done lots and lots of publishing. At this point, uh, I can't do a video. I don't know if I haven't tried yet to see if I could get on my site and do a posting on my on one of two pages that I post on. But nonetheless, all of the information that I do in some way will be in that weekly video email. And I guess it's proper to say that uh, because it is the uh, the charter subscription annual to the community, to Project 10,000, the price is going to be $99. I contend that the very first question that is submitted, you're going to get the $99 back immediately, many times over, based upon the information that SmallBizDavid AI Bot is going to give you. I stake my reputation on it. But they're talking about synthetic intelligence. And I have a site to go to study, which I haven't done yet. It is oh 60 go.famous.ai. Go.famous.ai is a explanation of synthetic technology, and I'm going to go there and see if that needs to be included. Maybe I'll make that my maybe the Facebook answer. If you let me get into my accounts, we'll see if that happens. So a lot of great things happening, and we're having a lot of fun. And I heartily welcome you to come into the community in some way to have the fun. You will. I actually take my information that I have been spending 55 years developing, and I have chosen actually 3 technologies, and synthetic intelligence might be the 4th. I've gotten 3 AI technologies. Google, because all 99% of everything I've created is on a Google, YouTube, Alphabet server somewhere. So it's a likely place for me to go and use their AI tool to enhance my information that's already there. I've also picked a friend, a cyberspace friend and developer. He started out as a developer, a very talented developer, but he's an equally talented marketing and sales source of information, and has developed his AI intelligence, and I use it and highly recommend it. Magai.ai. And then I'm using Chat GPT as much as they will let me use it without investing some money. And just today, somewhere I got something really helpful in Chat GPT 4, and they already have 5 out there. So I use it to even create a more enhanced product for folks who come to Project 10,000 to establish their position in marketing and sales, value, trust. Thank you for your time tonight. Facebook folks, I tried, but couldn't get on the site to do a video. Definitely changed the room. I was on, and while I was setting up YouTube, it went off while I was setting it up. Maybe, now that I say that, maybe it has something to do with the browser that happened, because I was inside my Google account on my I was on my Facebook page inside my Google, so I was inside on Google's Chrome browser, and maybe Facebook didn't like that. Oh well. Thank you for 58 minutes of time if you're still here. An hour already. That's how much fun we're having. If here's what I'll do if you're still here and you're listening, if you send an email to dleopold@davidsbarter.com to 100 people who mail or are still here and will email me and say that you are one of the 100 survivors, I will return something special. Not quite sure what that is, but it will be something special. So stay tuned. Well, one thing I haven't talked about and will in future, Project 10,000 has created a fantastic finder's fee program. If you assist SmallBizDavid AI Bot in developing a collaborative partner in the market where you live, or you know somebody in another market, a yes or no person who gets involved in the project, there's a substantial finder's fee available. That's what I'll do. The next 100 people who or hear this song and respond will get an opportunity to for the finder's fee. And I will say, just to whet your appetite, the highest finder's fee is $4,000. Yes, you heard me right. And you might be interested in how that could become a part of your life. So send me an email and we'll find out. Thank you. And hopefully we'll see each other, if not sooner, next Sunday night. And as I said, I'm hoping to have Bruce, who can give us some more information, personal information about reversing Alzheimer's, because he is having a lot of interactivity with the organization that created it, Dr. Sanderson's organization. He wasn't quite sure who was actually going to be presenting in his Zoomtown thing that he's going to do tomorrow. He loves Zoomtown. I don't. So thank you, and we'll see you soon. And if you follow me, you've heard me say many times, do what you love and love what you do. We'll see you soon.